I believe that curiosity is creativity's secret weapon. Talent gets you in the room, but curiosity keeps you there long enough to create something extraordinary. In 1977, songwriter Bobby Braddock wrote 5 words that would stubbornly stay with him for over a year. Just 5. But after months of trying, he just couldn't finish the song. So he called his friend and co-writer, Curly Putnam. Finishing the song took a year plus with dozens of rewrites. Fast forward to 1980 and producer Billy Sherrill walks into a Nashville studio holding a demo. He hits play for the legend himself, George Jones, a legend whose career is hanging by a thread. George listens, frowns, delivers his verdict. Too depressing. No one will buy that morbid SOB. Those 5 words, he stopped loving her today. Obviously, George was epically wrong. He went on to record and release the song, He Stopped Loving Her Today. It went to number 1, and it stayed on the charts for 18 weeks. Library of Congress writer Carrie Odell called it the quintessential greatest country song ever. It won CMAs, a Grammy, and it was entered into the National Registry in 2008. Most people would have stopped at good enough, but Bobby and Curly used their curiosity as creative fuel. Curiosity had asked them, could this be better? Their final answer lit the fuse to a bonfire. Today, I'd like to show you how curiosity doesn't just rewrite hit songs. It rewrites everything around it. And more importantly, it can help you rewrite your approach to every creative situation in your life. Quick backstory. I've been a professional songwriter for over 50 years. More success than most people see. Songs recorded, albums released, checks that cashed. But I wasn't playing in the produce aisle soundtrack at Kroger. So I figured, I've survived the music industry. How hard could business be? Well, something happened at business number 3, what I optimistically called controlled chaos with a business plan, and what my therapist called an elaborate avoidance strategy with branding. That's when curiosity and I got to be really good friends, maybe even besties. So I asked it, what do you think about all of this? Curiosity had the audacity to tell me, maybe this wasn't failing, but finally learning what actually works. Well, guess what? Curiosity doesn't tell you, but your mess is your magic. Here's a thing the creative industry doesn't want you to know. Creativity isn't a fairy tale that pulls lightning bolts of inspiration out of the sky that turn into masterpieces. That's not true. Breakthroughs don't care about the perfect studio setup or the perfect oat milk latte. First drafts are like Tinder profiles. They look amazing until you meet in person. I've been in enough writers' rooms over the years to know what actually happens. And it goes something like this. Draft 1 sucks. Draft 2 sucks differently. By draft 17, all the writers are Googling vet school requirements at 2 a.m. But curiosity keeps your story going because it won't let it just end there. Here's another thing you might not know. Curiosity is here to help you. And I believe that curiosity and creativity are actually one powerful creative force. Let's look at an iconic song. It's 1986, and Desmond Child, John Bon Jovi, and Richie Sambora are writing together for the first time in Sambora's mother's basement. They write a bunch of songs that they all really like, except there's one that John doesn't like. Nah, he shrugs, not strong enough. But Desmond and Richie are really stoked, so they literally drop to their knees and beg John to record the song. Half joking, half not. See, it wasn't fiction. Desmond had been a cab driver instead of working the docks, and his girlfriend Gina had waited tables. They'd written a song with stories from their own lives. John reluctantly agreed to record the song. The studio arrangement changed everything. They walked in with a song, but they walked out with a monumental hit. What was it? Living on a Prayer. One of the most iconic anthems ever written. Over 2 billion Spotify streams to date, and a song that continues to turn karaoke nights into a religious experience and sporting events into fist-pumping, massive sing-along. Sometimes the song you almost throw away is the one the world will never let go of. Creative masterpieces take time, especially when stories and music are involved. Let's fast forward to 2008. Broadway disruptor Lin-Manuel Miranda is on vacation in Mexico when he picks up a copy of Ron Chernow's biography of Alexander Hamilton. After finishing the book, his creativity and curiosity light a spark. That spark soon turns into a raging creative flame. And Miranda starts to write a Broadway rule breaker, a hip-hop musical. Less than a year later, he performs the very first version of Hamilton, a mixtape, at the Obama White House. By 2015, Hamilton wasn't just a Broadway show. It was a cultural earthquake impossibly sold out. A record 16 Tony nominations, winning 11 Tonys, a Pulitzer Prize, Kennedy Center honors, and to date, a box office that has surpassed $1 billion. What did these creators discover that other people really don't? I believe that curiosity, once again, and creativity are actually one creative force. Curiosity is your inner flame, and creativity shines a light on it that others can see. What ties all these stories together? Well, they all realized that breakthroughs are born of two words. What if? The real magic isn't getting it right the first time. It's staying curious long enough to get it right the last time. Music opened the door for me, started my journey. But here's the real lesson. I realized that this wasn't just about writing songs. This was about how we live, and that every day is a chance to start over and grow. That changed everything for me. I learned how to fail forward. I turned setbacks into success. And I found my passion and purpose, helping others do the same. See, the real mic drop moment isn't proving other people wrong. It's daring to live by your own voice. Curiosity wrote those songs, and along the way, it rewrote me. Because in the end, it isn't about the songs you write. It's about the life you write along the way. Thank you.